Hello friends, my name is Alice and welcome to Planescape Torment, one of my favorite games that I never actually beat. So this game came out in 1999, so I was 4 years old. I didn't actually play it until I was probably about 10. I found it in my dad's room and my dad was like, I don't think you'll like it, but you can play it. And I played it and I loved it, but I was overwhelmed with the amount of choices and I never actually finished it. I don't really remember how far I got in this game. It's been a long time since I played it. 19 years? Jesus Christ. Anyway, let's start playing your grandpa's favorite CRPG Torment. I want a high wisdom. I want to be able to remember the things. High charisma. I'm going with 15 intelligence, 16 wisdom, and 14 charisma, and average everything else. I'm gonna have party members. I'm more interested in being able to get the interactions that I want. Maybe I'll go with a mage.
Hey, Chief. You okay? You playing corpse or you putting the blinds on the dusties? I thought you were a deader for sure.
What? Who are you? Who am I? How about you start? Who are you? I'm not gonna be a dick. I don't know. I can't remember. You can't remember your name? Well, next time you spend a night in this burg, go easy on the bub. Name's Mort. I'm trapped here too. Trapped? Yeah, since you haven't had time to get your legs yet, here's the chant. I've tried all the doors and this room is locked tighter than a chastity belt. We're locked in? Where? What is this place? It's called the mortuary. It's a big black structure with all the architectural charm of a pregnant spider. The mortuary? What? Am I dead? Not from where I'm standing. You got scars aplenty though. Looks like some Burke painted you with a knife. All the more reason to give this place a laugh before whoever carved you up comes back to finish the job. Scars? How bad are they? Well, the carvings on your chest aren't too bad, but the ones on your back. More pauses. Say, looks like you got a whole tattoo gallery on your back, Chief. Spells out something. Tattoos on my back? What do they say? Looks like you came with directions. Mort clears his throat. Let's see, it starts with, I know you feel like you've been drinking a few kegs of Styx wash, but you need to center yourself. Among your possessions is a journal that'll shed some light in the dark on this matter. Farod can fill you in on the rest of the chant, if he's not in the dead book already. Farod? Does it say anything else? Yeah, there's a bit more. More pauses. Let's see. Goes on. Don't lose the journal, or we'll end up in the Styx again. And whatever you do, do not tell anyone who you are or what happens to you, or they'll put you on a quick pilgrimage to the crematorium. Do what I tell you. Read the journal, and then find Farod. No wonder my back hurts. There's a damn novel written there. As for that journal I'm supposed to have with me, was there one with me while I was lying here? No, you were stripped to the skins when you arrived here. Besides, looks like you got enough of the journal penned on your body. What about Farod? Do you know him? Nobody I know, but then again, I don't know many people. Still, some Burke's gotta know where to find Farod. Once we get out of here, that is. How do we get out of here? Well, all the doors are locked, so we'll need the key. Chances are one of the walking corpses in the room has it. Walking corpses? Yeah, the mortuary keepers use dead bodies as cheap labor. The corpses are dumb as stones, but they're harmless and won't attack you unless you attack first. So I should attack one of the corpses and loot it for the key? Well, before you do that, arm yourself first. I think there's a scalpel on one of the shelves around here. Alright, I'll look for one. One last thing, those corpses are slow as molasses, but getting punched by one of them is like being kissed by a battering ram. If they start getting an edge on you, remember you can run, and they can't. Use it to keep some distance if you need to recover. Alright, thanks for the advice. Okay, time to look around. Got some bandages. Oh, there's a scalpel. Alright, you found the scalpel. Now go get those corpses, and don't worry, I'll stay back and provide valuable tactical advice. Maybe you could help me, Mort? I will be helping you. Good advice is hard to come by. I mean, help in attacking the corpse. Me? I'm a romantic, not a soldier. I just get in the way. When I attack this corpse, you better be right there with me, or you'll be the next thing I plunge a scalpel into. Alright. I'll help you. I'm glad we understand each other. Time to introduce these corpses to the second death, then. Alright, we got our trusty scalpel equipped. This shambling corpse looks like it's been dead for several years. The skin along its forehead has peeled back, revealing its chalk white skull. Someone has chiseled the number 569 into the exposed bone. I'm looking for a key. Do you happen to have one? Chief? They can't hear you. Alright, they're dead. But you're dead, and you're talking to me. Yeah, but I'm special. Death couldn't kill my zest for life. These corpses here, Mort rolls his eyes. They probably didn't have much personality to begin with. I see. Look, Chief, watching you trying to swap the chant with these corpses isn't doing much for my morale. Let's leave this corpse talk for the barmies, alright? Alright then, let's go. How about you? This corpse's head lolls back and forth on his shoulders. Just judging from the angle of his neck, it looks like this man may have been hanged. The number 825 has been painted on the side of his head. The corpse is carrying nothing, but you happen to notice its hands are heavily bandaged. The bandages might be useful if the corpse was disposed of first. This corpse stops and stares blankly at you as you approach. The number 782 is carved into his forehead, and his lips have been stitched closed. The faint smell of formaldehyde emanates from the body. Examine the corpse. This corpse looks like the one with the key. It's holding it tightly in its left hand, its thumb and forefinger locked around it in a death grip. It looks like you'll need to hack the corpse's hand off to free the key. Any of that key, corpse? Looks like you're not long for this world. Alright, there we go. And preparation room key. Okay, I feel like this is the least intrusive area of the screen for my face to be. Alright. Psst. Some advice, Chief. I'd keep it quiet from here on. No need to put any more corpses in the dead book than necessary. Especially the femmes. Plus, killing them might draw the caretakers here. Why do you care about the female corpses? What? Are you serious? Look, Chief, these dead chits are the last chance for a couple of hardy bashers like us. We need to be chivalrous. No hacking them up for keys, no lopping their limbs off, things like that. Last chance? What are you talking about? Chief, they're dead. We're dead. See where I'm going? Huh? Huh? You can't be serious. Chief, we already got an opening line with these limping ladies. We've all died at least once. We'll have something to talk about. They'll appreciate men with our kind of death experience. Wait, didn't you say before that I'm not dead? Well, alright, you may not be dead, but I am. And from where I'm standing, I wouldn't mind sharing a coffin with some of these fine, sinewy cadavers I see here. Mort starts clacking his teeth, as if in anticipation. Of course, the caretakers would have to part with them first, and that's not likely. Who are the caretakers? They call themselves the Dustmen. You can't miss them. They have an obsession with black and rigor mortis of the face. They're an addled bunch of foolish death worshippers. They believe everyone should die, sooner better than later. I'm confused. Why do these Dustmen care if I escape? Weren't you listening? I said the Dusties believe everybody's gotta die, sooner better than later. You think the corpses you've seen here are happier in the dead book than out of it? The corpses I've seen here, where did they all come from? Death visits the plains every day, Chief. These shamblers are all that's left of the poor sods who sold their bodies to the caretakers after death. Alright, I'll try to remember that. Look, Chief, it's obviously you're still a little addled after your kiss with death, so I got two bits of advice for you. One, if you got questions, ask me. Alright, if I have any questions, I'll ask you. Second, if you're half as forgetful as you seem to be, start writing stuff down. Whenever you come across something that might be important, jot it down so you don't forget. If I had that journal I was supposed to have with me, I'd do that. Start a new one then, Chief. No loss. There's plenty of parchment and ink around here to last you. Alright, it couldn't hurt. I'll make a new one then. Use it to keep track of your movements. If you ever start to get cloudy on important things like who you are, or more importantly, who I am, use it to refresh your memory. Alright, got it. Let's go. Updated my journal. Ah, there's a lady. The shambling corpse gazes at you with vacant eyes. Her skin is paper thin, almost wispy. It's like someone draped a sheet of cobwebs across her frame. The number 594 has been scratched into her forehead with a charcoal pencil. So, doing anything later? The corpse continues to stare at you. Farewell then. Psst! You see the way she was looking at me, huh? You see that? The way she was following the curve of my occipital bone? What are you talking about? What, are you blind? She was scouting me out. It was shameless the way she wanted me. I think you're imagining things. She's a zombie, a corpse, a dead person. You probably didn't even register to her senses. Yeah, whatever. When you've been dead as long as I have, you know the signals. They might be too subtle for you to pick up on, but that's why I'll be spending my nights with some luscious, recently dead chit while you're standing around going, huh? What's going on? Where's my memories? Whatever, Mort. Let's go. 626. Oh.
I so want to lie in her coffin.
This corpse is lumbering along a triangular path. Once it reaches one of the corners of the triangle, it pauses, and then turns and staggers towards the next corner. It has a 965 tattooed on the side of its skull. As you approach, it halts and stares at you. Looks like someone forgot to tell this saw to stop walking the rule of threes. What do you mean? These corpses don't have much left in the attic, so they can't do more than one task at a time. When they're told to do something, they'll keep doing it until someone tells them to stop. This poor sod probably finished some tasks, and they forgot to tell him. He said something about the rule of threes. What did he mean by that?
Updated my journal.
Huh? Well, the rule of threes is one of those laws about the planes, about things tending to happen in threes, or everything's composed of 3 parts, and there's always 3 choices, and so on and so forth. You don't sound like you hold much faith in it. It's a load of wash if you ask me. If you look for a number, any number, and try to attach some great meaning to it, you're gonna find plenty of coincidences. You said someone gave this corpse a task and forgot to tell them to stop. Who gives these corpses these tasks to do? Either one of the caretakers here, or else whatever necromancer raised them out of the dead book. Probably one of the caretakers here. They're the ones who need the cheap labor, after all. Oh. Powers Above. That's one hell of a book. What is it? If I were one to guess, I'd say that's the book where they scratch the name of every poor sod that's unfortunate enough to get dumped off here. Could my name be in there? Well, I guess. To find out, you need to rattle your bone box with that floating Dusty over there. I'm not sure that's a good idea. Well, I need answers. I'm gonna go speak with him. Hello! The scribe looks very old. His skin is wrinkled and has a slight trace of yellow, like old parchment. Charcoal gray eyes lie within an angular face, and a large white beard flows down the front of his robes like a waterfall. His breathing is ragged and irregular, but even his occasional coughing does not slow the scratching of his quill pen. Greetings. Whoa, Chief. What are you doing? I was gonna speak with a scribe. You might know something about how I got here. Look, rattling your bone box with the Dusty should be the last thing. Before Mort can finish his rant, the scribe begins coughing violently. After a moment or two, the coughing spell dies down and the scribe's breathing resumes its ragged wheeze. And we especially shouldn't be swapping the chant with sick Dusties. Come on, let's leave. The quicker we give this place the laugh, the Before Amor can finish, the scribe's gray eyes flicker on you. The weight of years hangs heavy upon me, restless one. He places down his quill, but I do not yet count deafness among my ailments. Restless one, do you know me? Know you? There's a trace of bitterness in the scribe's voice as he speaks. I have never known you, restless one, no more than you have known yourself. He is silent for a moment. For you have forgotten, have you not? Who are you? As always, the question, and the wrong question as always. He bows slightly, but the movement suddenly sends him into a bout of coughing. He pauses for a moment, catches his breath. I am Doll. Perhaps you can answer some questions for me, Doll.
Updated my journal.
Very well. What did you wish to know? What is this place? You are in the mortuary, restless one. Again you have come. Before he can finish, Doll breaks into a fit of coughing. After a moment he calms himself and his breathing resumes its ragged wheeze. This is the waiting room for those who are about to depart the shadow of this life. Restless one. Restless is as good a term as any. Doll drags a ragged breath. Something keeps you here, does it not? Something that must be resolved. Some passion that must be quenched before you can reach the true death. True death? True death is non-existence, a state devoid of reason, of sensation, of passion. Doll coughs, then gives a ragged breath, a state of purity. Sounds like oblivion. Why would anybody want that? Is it worse than remaining in the shadow of what life once was? I think not. Shadow of life? Yes, a shadow you see, restless one, this life. It is not real. Your life, my life, they are shadows, flickerings of what life once was. This life is where we end up after we die, and here we remain, trapped, caged, until we can achieve the true death. What makes you think this life isn't real? What makes you think this life is real? Look inside yourself. Do you not feel something lacking? Doll shakes his head. This is purgatory. There is only sorrow here, misery, torment. These are not the elements that make up life. They are part of the cage that traps us in the shadow. I think your fatalism has gotten the better of you. Those elements are part of life, but not the whole of it. Doll shakes his head. Passions carry weight. They anchor many to the shadow of life. As long as one clings to emotion, they will continually be reborn into this life, forever suffering, never knowing the purity of true death. I see. How does one escape the cycle of rebirth and achieve this true death? Kill your passions, strip yourself of the need for sensation. When you are truly cleansed, then the cycle of rebirth will end and you will achieve peace. Doll sighs. It sounds like a death rattle in his throat. Past these shells of ours, past the eternal boundary, lies the peace that all souls seek. The eternal boundary? The boundary between the shadow of this life and true death. Tell me more about the mortuary. This is where the dead are brought to be interred or cremated. It is our responsibility as dustmen to care for the dead, those who have left this shadow of life and walk the path to true death. Doll's voice drops in concern. Your wounds must have exacted a heavy toll if you do not recognize this place. It is almost your home. Dustmen? We Dustmen are a faction, a gathering of people that recognize the illusion of this life. We await the next life and help others on their journey. Perhaps you could explain why the Dustmen want me dead. Doll sighs. It is said there are souls who can never attain the true death. Death has forsaken them. and their name shall never be penned in the dead book. To awake from death as you have done suggests you are one of these souls. Your existence is unacceptable to our faction. Unacceptable? That doesn't sound like it leaves me in a good position. You must understand, your existence is a blasphemy to them. Many of our faction would order you cremated if they were aware of your affliction. You're a Dustman, but you don't seem to be in favor of killing me. Why not? Because forcing our beliefs upon you is not just. You must give up this shadow of life on your own, not because we force you to. Dahl looks about to break into another coughing jag, but he manages to hold it in with some effort. As long as I remain at my post, I will protect your right to search for your own truth. What is your post? I am a scribe, a cataloger of all the shells that come to the mortuary. Dahl coughs again, then takes a deep breath. As long as the stream of corpses flow through the mortuary, I shall remain at my post. You say that I've been here more than once. How is it that the Dustmen don't recognize me?
Updated my journal.
I am the one that catalogs the shells that come into our halls, Restless One. Dahl breaks into another fit of coughing, then steadies himself. Only I see the faces of those that lie upon our slabs. The dark of your existence lies safe with me. Do you know who I am?
Updated my journal.
I know scant little of you, Restless One. I know little more of those that have journeyed with you and who now lie in our keeping. Dahl sighs. I ask that you no longer ask others to join with you, Restless One. Where you walk, so walks misery. Let your burden be your own. There are some others who have journeyed with me? And they are here?
Updated my journal.
Do you not know the woman's corpse interred in the memory hall below? I had thought that she had traveled with you in the past. Dahl looks like he's about to start coughing again and catches his breath. Am I mistaken? Where's her body? The Northwest Memorial Hall on the floor below us. Check the biers there. Her name should be on one of the memorial plaques. Mayhap that will revive your memory. I don't know. I don't recall ever traveling with a woman. Dahl makes no response to this. He simply stares at you in silence. You sound ill. Are you not well? I am close to the true death, Restless One. It will not be long before I pass beyond the eternal boundary and find the peace I have been seeking. I tire of this mortal sphere. Dahl gives a ragged sigh. The plains hold no more wonders for one such as I. Are you certain? There might be some way I could help you. I do not wish to live forever, nor live again, Restless One. I could not bear it. Can you tell me how to get out of here? The front gate is the most obvious exit, but they will not let anyone other than Dustmen pass. Dahl breaks into a ragged cough and then continues. One of the guides by the front gate has a key to it, but it is unlikely he will open it for you unless you are extremely persuasive. Farewell. This huge corpse is standing silently in a corner of the room, facing the wall. He looks to have been a heavy-set man in his early years, and judging by the condition of his body, he died only recently. The freshly stitched number on his forehead reads 1664. This corpse looks like it is serving as a librarian, for it is carrying a huge stack of books in its arms. Examine the books. The books appear to be old mortuary ledgers, none of them of any particular interest. As you search through the text, however, you notice a loose page folded between two of the books. You are suddenly struck with the feeling that someone tucked it there to hide it. The page doesn't look like it belongs with the ledgers. It looks like it belongs in a logbook. The tear is clean as if with a knife, so you suspect the page was removed on purpose. Read through it. You take a moment to read through the page. It's a list of dead bodies brought to the mortuary and logged in the receiving room. All the entries appear to have been recent arrivals. Take the page with you and leave. This ragged page looks like it was cut neatly out of a book. It is written in tight, crabbed script. 16537, 5th night drunk, chest wound, cause of death, mauling Abishai. Collector Pox. Oh, this is me, 16539. Scarred Shell. Cause of death indeterminable. Collector Farad. 3 commons paid. Possessions log. Fist irons, 13 commons. Middle table. Receiving room. So in that note there was also hints on where to find some cool stuff. This heavily stitched corpse is shuffling lazily back and forth between 2 slabs. The number 506 has been stitched onto his forehead and the side of his neck and its right arm. In fact, the skin of this peeling corpse has been sewn up with so many stitches, its skin looks like a bizarre street map. Examine the stitches. The stitches encircle the corpse, running from its arms across its chest, up its neck, and into the damp mass of white hair. As you follow the crossroads of stitches, you notice someone has jammed a needle into the corpse's forehead. The needle is attached to a thread stitching up the side of the skull. You could probably unravel it if you had something to cut the thread. Cut the stitches with your scalpel, and then pull out the needle and thread. Nice! I did it! You slice the thread neatly with the scalpel, then pluck out the needle and pull the stitches out. As you do, the skin covering the forehead peels back to reveal the corpse's chalk white skull, where, to your surprise, the number 78 has been chiseled. Seems you got 2 different designations there, corpse. The corpse stares straight ahead, oblivious. Okay. Let's talk to this one. 𝐓𝐻𝐿. You see a slight young woman with pale features. The sunken flesh around her cheeks and neck make her appear as if she is starving. She seems intent on dissecting the corpse in front of her, prodding the chest with a finger. Greetings. The woman does not respond. She seems too intent on the body in front of her. As you watch her work, you suddenly notice her hands. Her fingers are talons. They are darting in and out of the corpse's chest cavity like knives removing organs. I said greetings. The woman makes no response. I think the dusty chip might be a bit short of hearing, Chief. Let's lay off, shall we? What's wrong with her hands?
Updated my journal.
She's a tiefling, Chief. They got fiend blood in their veins, usually because some ancestor of theirs shared knickers with one demon or another. Makes them addled in the head, and addled looking too. Tap the woman. The woman jumps and whips her head to face you. Her eyes are a rotting yellow, with small orange dots for pupils. As she sees you, her expression changes from surprise to irritation, and then she frowns at you. Greetings. She doesn't seem to have heard you. She leans forward, squinting, as if she can't quite make you out. Whatever is wrong with her eyes must make her terribly nearsighted. You. She clacks her talon fingers together, makes a strange motion with her hands. Find thread and embalming juice. Bring here to 𝐓𝐻𝐿. Go, go, go. Okay.
Updated my journal.
She turns away. She makes no sign that she heard you. I need embalming fluid. Oh, found some. Oh, and another. Container's locked.
Forced it.
Punched it. Haha. Copper earring and bandages. This copper earring looks ancient. Oddly enough, there doesn't seem to be a hook or any means of actually attaching it to your ear. A series of strange grooves have been carved in the inside of the earring, however, which might merit a closer examination. Okay. Examine the grooves. The grooves are evenly spaced along the inside of the earring. Upon closer examination, they remind you of small fangs. They are definitely man-made, but you can't figure out what they were intended for. Okay, I'll put it away. Doesn't seem I can do anything with it yet. The shambling corpse gazes at you with vacant eyes. The number 821 is carved into his forehead, and his lips have been stitched closed. The faint smell of formaldehyde emanates from the body. See anything interesting going on? As you address the zombie, it blinks in surprise. Eh? What? You're not a zombie. Who are you?
Updated my journal.
The zombie is trying to respond behind stitched lips. He has a peculiar, half-frightened, half-angry expression. Who you? What you want? I'll lie. Why, I was looking for you. Looking for me? Why? He squints at you. You got message for me? Yes, I have a message for you. What message? I have your new orders. He narrows his eyes like he's trying to figure you out. What orders? I'm here to relieve you. Give me all the information you've gathered, all of your possessions, and then leave.
Updated my journal.
The zombie looks disappointed. He then shrugs and begins to fish deeply into his stained tunic. Been quiet. Dusty's been quiet. New since the last report. After a few moments, he hands you some items and then grunts. Here. Judging by the smell, they must have been hidden so to avoid turning up if he was searched. Ooh. Me leave in short while. Leave? How? The zombie nods. You want out? Go to arch on first floor. Northwest room. You need finger bone. Shake of crook. He holds up his index finger and bends it into a crook. When you have key, go to arch, jump to secret crypt, and can escape from here. Secret escape route. He nods eagerly. You can rest there. Crooked finger bone. Where are we gonna find one of those?
My journal.
He shrugs. Must be around somewhere. Look in storage rooms on upper floor. Maybe there. Do you know someone named Farad? Farad? The zombie frowns briefly in thought. Me here, you live in hive somewhere. He shakes his head. Not nowhere. He frowns again. Dusty's very mad. They not like Farad. Why don't the dustmen like Farad?
My journal.
He's a collector. Brings debtors to mortuary. Sells them to dustmen. Brings a lot of debtors. Dusty's not know where he get debtors. Thinks he's putting Burks in dead book. How did you get to look like that? Me good at disguise. Me also got scars. Me or lots of embalming fluid. Make me good zombie. The zombie giggles through stitched lips and taps his head. Dusty's stupid. Yeah, they're the stupid ones, alright. The sarcasm is evidently lost on the zombie, who nods eagerly. Stupid Dusties. Me make good zombie. Doesn't that hurt? He looks at your scars. I ask you same question. Me it not hurt much. Claps his chest. Me tough. That disguise is pretty good. Can you disguise me as a zombie? He looks you up and down for a few moments, mumbling to himself. Me need jar of embalming fluid. Points the scars at your chest. And some needle and thread. I think I want to give it to the other chick. You see 𝐓𝐻𝐿. She's still dissecting the corpse's chest with her talons. The rhythm of her talons reminds you of something, but you can't quite recall what. Watch her. Study the motion of her hands.
Updated my journal.
As you study the motion of 𝐓𝐻𝐿's hands, you feel prickling along her scalp, and then suddenly you find your vision swimming, blurring until... You were standing in front of a freshly slain corpse, rigor mortis making a mockery of his smile. The number 42 has been stitched onto the scalp. The zombie is lying on a slab, and you have just finished stitching up its chest. You have placed something inside, something that may prove useful if you come this way again. Echo. Keep these things safe and wait for my return. The memory of your voice is an echo, strange and hollow in your ears. You cross your arms in front of your chest, and to your surprise, the corpse does too. After a moment, its hands fall back to its size, and as it does, the vision fades, until you're watching 𝐓𝐻𝐿's hands make their stitching motions once more. I'm gonna tap her. She turns, sees you, and then frowns. Dumb zombies! She clacks her talons' fingers together impatiently and makes a stitching motion with her fingers. Find thread and embalming fluid. Bring here to 𝐓𝐻𝐿. Go, go, go. Give her the thread and embalming fluid. Journal. Without missing a beat, 𝐓𝐻𝐿 snaps the thread from your hands and hooks it around one of her talons, then begins sewing up the corpse's chest. She then takes the embalming fluid and begins to apply a layer to the corpse. I will wait. Within minutes she is finished. She clicks her talons, then turns to face you. To your surprise, she extends her hand and tracks her talons along your arms and chest. I'll keep playing zombie. Looks like you have a new friend, Chief. You two need some time together, or keep playing zombie. As she traces your arms and chest, you suddenly notice she seems to be examining your scars. She withdraws her talons, clicks them twice, then bends forward and examines some of the tattoos on your chest. All right on you. Hivers do that? No respect for zombies. Zombies, not paintings. She sniffs, then pokes one of your scars. This one bad shape, many scars, no preserves. Her talons suddenly hook into the thread you brought her, and lightning-like, she jabs another talon into the skin near one of your scars. It feels barely more than a pinprick, but it looks like she's about to start stitching you up. Let her work.
Updated my journal.
The sensation is curiously painless as Yvonne begins to stitch up your scars. When she's done, she sniffs you, frowns, and stabs her fingers into the embalming fluid. Within a minute, she has dabbed your body with the fluid, and strangely enough, it makes you feel better. This may be the second time in my life that I'm thankful I don't have a nose. Yvonne puts the last touches on your body, gives you another sniff, nods, then makes a shooing motion with her talons. Done. Go. Go. Mortuary, 3rd floor. Charcoal charm. Junk! I don't think I should run into those dusties. The skeleton number 748, according to the number chiseled above his brow, is odd in that some of its teeth appear to be false ones made of reddish-brown stone. They're clearly not valuable, however, as its caretakers would otherwise remove them. I have to ask, why the swamp? I mean, it's not like you have anything to be modest about. Great talking to you, Bones. Stay healthy. Wonder if this Greybeard will mind if I borrowed his body. Greybeard? Greybeard. You know, geezer, old feller, yellow dog, old. Well, I don't think he's in any position to object. Why not take his body? Mort studies the skeleton for a moment, then shakes his head. Nah, I need a fresher one than this. It's something with a little more dignity. This one's all creaky and fractured. And you're not? Oh, you're a sack full of laughs. More glares at you. Besides, you're one to talk, Burke. Mirrors beg for mercy when you're around. Oh yeah? At least I have all my parts. Mort snorts. You're not quite sure how we managed that without lungs. Let me tell you, Mort, there's nothing more satisfying than walking around, swinging your arms, breathing the crisp air through the lungs. It's great to have a body. I'll have you know that helping you escape the preparation room has now been added to my growing list of regrets. Mort snorts again. I should let you rot. Some more, that is. Glad you feel that way. Let's go. Can I sneak? Is that a thing I can do? I mean, I have like no dexterity. Maybe I can just not be noticed. No, I will not hold.
Forced it.
Open.
Ah, I got a bone charm. Now I can go through that secret door. Nope. I should save. Oh, I can't. Okay. Great. Oh, a key. Why are the dusty ladies so thick, though?
Hello, my sweet cadaverous beauty.
Mort. The corpse's meaty head was clearly severed at some point and hastily sewn back on. Several different sets of stitching, all in different states of unraveling, seem to indicate that the head is constantly being knocked back off and reattached. During the course of its work, a number 79 has been cut into its temple, circumscribed by a fanged circle that appears to have been branded on its forehead. Examine the fanged circle! It might be a religious icon of some sort, or a rite of passage. You notice that one of the recesses between the inner fangs has a small triangle within it, as if it has some special significance. Well, let's put the earring in it.
My journal.
How do I... Insert your fingernail into the notch that matches where the triangle was, pointing in the fang circle you saw on Zombie 79's forehead. Shake the earring, see if anything comes out. Nothing comes out. Well, now I have an earring. Let's put it on. I'm gonna put that on too. Worker 42. That's the one that I had a memory about. Ooh. Crowbar. That'll probably make opening things easier. Oh, this is 42. At the sound of your voice, the skeleton suddenly straightens up. It crosses its arms over its chest and its fingers hook into its ribcage. Cross your arms over your chest. In response, the skeleton drops its arms to its sides. The leather cords securing the skeleton's torso snap, and the ribcage folds outward like a pair of double doors. Reach into the ribcage and feel around. To your surprise, your hand vanishes as you reach inside the ribcage. You have a strange feeling it's somewhere else. As you reach inside the ribcage, your hand bumps against an invisible object. It's about the size of a fist and seems to be attached to the skeleton's spine. Take the item out. As you pull the item out, the skeleton suddenly disintegrates, and the iron bolts securing the joints clatter to the floor. Whatever this item was, it seems to have been the only thing holding it together. It looks like an unremarkable lump of iron. You can't imagine why someone would hide it inside the ribcage of a skeleton. Examine it. As you place both of your hands on the lump of iron to examine it, there is a hiss, and the metal evaporates, leaving behind a strange dagger, a handful of coins wrapped in a dirty cloth, and 2 bloody teardrops. These look like they were inside the lump of iron. Okay. Well, success. Green steel knife. Well, this seems better than a scalpel. Mort, you can carry these papers. Guess I'm going to a lower floor. Ah!
All right.
Oh god. You see a stern-looking man in black robes. He's glaring at you suspiciously. You. State your business. I seem to have gotten turned around in these halls. Are there any guides around who can direct visitors? The dustman frowns. He seems skeptical. There are guides that can direct you in the antechamber. Do not wander the mortuary unescorted. Thank you for your assistance. I will go speak to the guide. Everything's fine. So you go. You see a tired-looking man in a black robe. His narrow face is extremely pale, and he doesn't look as if he has been sleeping. His shoulders are slumped, and the flesh sags loosely beneath his bloodshot eyes. He looks so lost in thought, he doesn't even notice you.
Updated my journal.
Greetings. The man turns to face you and makes a slight bow. You suddenly notice that his eyes aren't bloodshot so much as they have a red tinge to them. I am 𝐓𝐿. How may I? He suddenly seems to notice your scars, and the corner of his mouth twitches. I'm sorry, Sarah. Are you lost? Yes. Well then, the corner of 𝐓𝐿's mouth twitch again, as if in anticipation. Let me call the guards to lead you out. Stand for a moment. He looks as if he is about to call the guards. Hold a moment, please. There's no need to call the guards. I came in for an interment earlier, and I just got turned around in the halls. Can you please lead me out? 𝐓𝐿 nods, and the corner of his mouth twitches. Why, of course. These halls can be confusing to visitors. No harm done. But you are not permitted here in the mortuary after 9 bells. Let me open the front gate for you. Thank you. No need for conflict. Very well. The front gate is now unlocked, but you cannot re-enter. Can I ask you some questions before I leave? 𝐓𝐿 nods. You may ask your questions. If I may ask, are you alright? You look tired. 𝐓𝐿 manages a weak smile, and the corners of his mouth twitch slightly. I have recently taken ill. Minor fevers, nothing more. Sometimes they make sleep difficult. Anything I could do? 𝐓𝐿 shakes his head. No, thank you for your concern. I will endure. He frowns slightly. Was there something else you wanted? It's over here. You notice he's carrying a huge tome in his hands, as if taking it somewhere. Take the tome from his hands carefully. Oh. It's a necromantic book. Before you is a giant skeleton in ornate bronze armor. The armor has been bolted into the skeleton's frame, and a series of elaborate symbols have been carved across the breastplate. You wonder where this skeleton came from. You weren't aware they made humans in this size. The huge blade in his hands looks like it weighs as much as a wagon cart. Examine the giant skeleton carefully. Examine the armor. Despite the armor's obvious age, it looks well cared for. It shines brightly, and the symbols engraved on the breastplate seem to flow into the firelight, shifting slightly whenever you try to focus on them. Study the symbols. Almost unconsciously, you let your gaze relax as you look at the symbols. After a moment, the symbols cease shifting and resolve into a trail of runes that run up and down the breastplate. Strangely enough, the interlocking pattern of runes reminds you of chains, and with that thought, you suddenly recall that these runes are some sort of warding enchantment. Study the runes. Try to recall the enchantment. You study the runes for a while, but you can't decipher the enchantment. It looks pretty complicated, and you're having a hard time concentrating. Compared to the book of Tome and Ash, the book I took. You consult the tome and compare the diagrams to the markings on the breastplate. From what you can make out, the runes are a lesser armoring enchantment, but several skull-shaped runes and spherical tracings along the edges of the armor suggest that several greater necromantic and warding enchantments are woven into it as well. Touching the skeleton will most likely cause it to awaken and defend itself. See if you can determine how they can be broken. From what you can make out from the tome, it seems that the armoring enchantment applies only to the breastplate. The necromantic enchantment allows the skeleton to be raised, but it is the warding enchantment that gives the skeleton limited awareness of its surroundings. You guess that if you were to mar the skeleton wards, it would interpret as an attack unless you blinded it to your presence first. Do the warding enchantment first. Oh jeez. It scared me. The work is difficult and nerve-wracking at first, but slowly your mind begins to focus, and the runes begin to unravel beneath your attack. Within minutes, the giant skeleton has been stripped of the enchantments binding it. It collapses, falling to the floor with a crash of bones and a heavy clanging noise. Damn pile of bones. Ooh. You wait for a moment, but no one responds to the sound. Moving quickly, you sift through the skeleton's parts on the floor. Most of it is too heavy or too old to be useful, but you discover a piece of the skeleton's breastplate with a majority of one of the broken enchantments engraved on it. You have a feeling it'll prove useful. I'll just take that. Oh, our beautiful ghosty lady. Dayanara. You see a strikingly beautiful ghostly form before you. Her arms are crossed and her eyes are closed. She has long flowing hair, and her gown seems stirred by some ethereal breeze. As you watch, she stirs slightly and her eyes flicker. I will wait.
You! What is it that brings you here? Have you come to see firsthand the misery you have wrought? Perhaps in death I still hold some shred of use for you, my love.
My love? Do I know you? The spirit makes a begging motion with her hands. How can it be that the thieves of the mind continue to steal my name from your memory? Do you not remember me, my love? The ghost stretches out her arms. Think. Her voice becomes desperate again. The name Dayanara must evoke some memory within you. I think I feel the stirrings of a memory. Tell me more. Perhaps your words shall chase the shadows from my mind, Dayanara. Oh, at last the fates show mercy. Even death cannot chase me from your mind, my love. Do you not see? Your memory shall return. Tell me how I can help you, and I shall. Do you know who I am? You are one both blessed and cursed, my love. And you are one who is never far from my thoughts and heart. Blessed and cursed? What do you mean? The nature of your curse should be apparent, my love. Look at you. She points at you. Death rejects you. Your memories have abandoned you. Do you not pause and wonder why? I'm still trying to get my bearings, actually. What else can you tell me about myself? I know that you once claimed you loved me, and that you would love me until death claimed us both. I believe that, never knowing the truth of who you were, what you were, and what am I? I cannot... She suddenly freezes, and she speaks slowly, carefully, as if her voice frightens her. The truth is this. You are one who dies many deaths. These deaths have given the knowing of all things mortal, and in your hand lies the spark of life and death. Those that die near You carry a trace of themselves that you can bring forth. As Dianar speaks the words, a crawling sensation wells up in the back of your skull. You suddenly feel compelled to look at your hand. As you lift it up and look at it, you can see the blood coursing sluggishly through your arm, pouring into your muscles, and in turn giving strength to your bones. What?
Gained an ability.
And you know Dianar is right. You suddenly remember how to coax the dimmest spark of life from a body and bring it forth. The thought both horrifies and intrigues you. I can raise people from the dead. I had other questions.
Updated my journal.
What is it you wish to know? Can you tell me where I am? Where are you? Why you are here with me, my love. As in the times when life was something both of us shared. Now it is the eternal boundary that separates us. Eternal boundary? Dianar sounds saddened. It is a barrier I fear you shall never cross, my love. It is the barrier between your life and what remains of mine. Nothing now, Dianara, though I shall return. Farewell. Hold a moment. I learned much when I traveled with you, my love, and what you have lost I have retained. I have not divulged all that I know to you. My sight is clear, whilst you fumble in the darkness for a spark of thought. And what is it your sight sees that I do not? Time relaxes its hold as the chill of oblivion slowly claims us, my love. Glimpses of things yet to come swarm across my vision. I see you, my love. I see you as you are now, and... Diana grows quiet. What is it? What do you see? I see what lies ahead for you. It ripples through the plains, stemming outward from this point. Shall I speak of what I see? Tell me. First, I require a promise. Promise you will return. That you will find some means to save me or join me. I'll vow. I swear I will find some means to save you or join you.
This is what my eyes see, my love. Unfettered by the shackles of time, you shall meet enemies 3, but none more dangerous than yourself in your full glory. They are shades of evil, of good, and of neutrality, given life and twisted by the laws of the plains. You shall come to a prison built of regrets and sorrow, where the shadows themselves have gone mad. There you will be asked to make a terrible sacrifice, my love. For the matter to be laid to rest, you must destroy that which keeps you alive and be immortal no longer.
Destroy what keeps me alive?
I know that you must die while you still can. The circle must come to a close, my love. You were not meant for this life. You must find that which was taken from you and travel beyond, into the lands of the dead.
Die while I still can?
Updated my journal.
I do not doubt your ability to rise from the dead. I do believe that every incarnation weakens your thoughts and memories. You claim to have lost your memory. Perhaps it is a side effect of countless deaths. If so, what more will you lose in successive deaths? If you lose your mind, you will not even know enough to realize you cannot die. You shall truly be doomed. Countless deaths? How long has this been going on? I do not truly know, except that it's gone on long enough. Farewell, Diana.
I shall wait for you in death's halls, my love.
She smiles, but there is only sadness in it. She closes her eyes, and with an ethereal whisper, she fades. You back with me, Chief? You kind of drifted out on me there. No, I'm fine. Do you know who that spirit was? Huh? Spirit? The specter I was talking to. The woman. You were rattling your bone box with some woman? Where? Mort looks around, excited. What did she look like? She was right on top of the bier. Didn't you see her? No. Kind of just drifted out for a bit there. Just stood there, statue-like. I was a little worried that you'd gone addled on me again. No, I'm fine, I think. Let's move on.
I feel stronger.
I leveled up. We save now? Okay. Alright. Well, I hope that you enjoy this so far. I'm enjoying getting back into this. Maybe I'll finally actually beat the game since I have you guys watching me do it, holding me accountable. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a lovely night. Bye-bye.